Okay, I think there's a lot more that we could do to this particular painting, and I think what we could do here is add some trees to it. So I have a number 4 round watercolor brush, and I have some Payne's gray on it, and I'm just going to put in a few trees, and I'm going to start from the bottom, and I'm going to go over these trees a couple of times, and I'm just going to keep expanding the tree like this. And I'm going to lift off at the end, okay? So I'm going to go across here, and I'm just going to flick off at the end like that, okay? And you'll get a nice sort of point going on to that. I'm going to pick up some more Payne's gray, and I'm just going to keep doing this a couple of times across here. And don't worry about if it's dark enough at this point, because we're going to go back over this several times until we can build up some really good darkness. Okay, so keep going. You see I'm making long linear lines, and then I just keep picking up more paint and then flick off at the end. I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to put some trees in across this. You know, and this is a winter scene, so we don't have to worry about foliage. We don't have to worry about, you know, any grasses or anything in the foreground. And we can just keep building up our trees and just keep flicking off at the end. Pick up new paint every time. Long linear lines, okay? And run it right off the page. So start off the page and then make your marks come right off the page. And you can go back through this and add a few more smaller branches on here if you wish. You know, wherever it is that you think you need to put a branch, put one in. It's your painting. All right, now we need this to completely dry. All right, so take the hair dryer to it and dry this up completely. Okay, I've changed brushes now. Now I have a number 1 round watercolor brush. This is the one that you see me scribing with quite often, that I've sharpened the one end of it. So I have my Payne's gray picked up a little bit more intensely this time. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go start on the trunk, and I'm going to go up wherever it is that I think I need another branch, or I want to make a branch darker, whatever the case may be. Just flick with your wrist like that to get the little points, okay? Just like that. All right, we need to dry this. Okay, so you can see how this has started to, the ones that are lighter are like pushed way back into the background, right? Like you can see across here. And the ones that are darker are more in the foreground. Okay, so I have my Payne's gray very, very thick, very saturated right now. And I'm just going to go back and I'm going to pick up a little bit of Payne's gray. Okay, like this is not, you shouldn't be looking for a lot of pigment, and you're not going to go over these many times. You're just going to go over each one of them a select couple of places, okay? Not every place. And again, you're going to do the same thing here. See, I made a little bit of a boo-boo there. I'll have to come back and fix that. Just like that. All right, that's not too bad. Now, I don't know if I'm going to include this in the video, but I have this little area right here that has a little bit of a boo-boo on it. So I'm just going to try to touch that a little bit like that. And then take this tissue and just blot that. If it turns out, we'll include it in the video, and if it doesn't turn out, we'll just delete it. And just touch that like that, and then a little bit more. This is some of the great things about watercolor paper is that you can really do a lot of edits if you have to. I'm just going to try this one more time. I'm just going to wet this. See if I can extract that one more time. It's not too bad. All right, so you can see how the addition of these trees really push that stuff in the background way, way back, and how it makes the foreground trees look like they're very close to us. And it even makes this this yellow ochre and sienna, it makes that into the midground now. All right, so this is now midground and puts these trees into the foreground. And building up the layers, you can see how this looks like it's a branch that's on the back side of the tree, and this looks like it's a branch on the front side of the tree. That's why we do it in many, many layers like that. Let's see what happens when we put our little mat on here. Yeah, that turned out pretty nice, right? I like it. I'd love to know what you think of it. Let me know in the comment section. Also, if you have a question or a comment, don't be afraid to ask. You know, I really want to help out. So if there's something I can help you out with, I'd love to be able to help you. Also, if you're currently a subscriber, thanks a lot. And if you're not currently a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you again next time.